I have buried Golgaman as you requested. Fortunately, I have found a new shop apprentice. I'd like you to meet Golgaman. Renaming him would be too expensive at this point. It's way easier to leave it the way it is. I've been thinking about your demon problem, and I have the solution. Mass human sacrifice. Now, bear with me. You go back to Husco, or whatever your ignorant surface city was called, and you round up, say, 100,000 people, and you tell them that it's a holiday and that there will be gifts. Then, suddenly, when they think they're getting presents, catch them all on fire and say something like, "Wah wah, name of the demonic hosts beseech," and so forth. Bam! Problem solved. Isn't it glorious? I'm glad we had this talk. You understand me, and that makes me want to flay you less. Why? What happened to me? Yes, I'm starting to feel stabby.
How can I help? I shall continue my tale. I suppose I should provide some context regarding my anger toward the drow in our midst. You see, when the village was attacked, the drow slaughtered most of my people. But a few unfortunates, including myself, were captured. When I was taken prisoner, the drow separated me from my family and kept me out of the light. They forced us, even the children, into back-breaking labor. They compelled many of us to fight for their amusement, most often to the death. Thank you, but I considered it the gods' retribution for the loss of the Moontear. I developed a deep hatred for the drow during my captivity. I have seen and suffered the cruelty and brutality they muster, all at the word of their demon goddess, Lolth. My family died there, as far as I know, as did the rest of my village. My people are no more. I feel I must leave it at that. I still seethe and shudder when I remember those times. The Lady of Dreams go with you.
What can I do for you? All right. Where were we? When I left Mirabar, I could hear me ma's voice shouting at me clear down the road. I had to get as far as Neverwinter before I thought her shrill screeching would leave me alone. I looked for a weapon master in Neverwinter and took any jobs I could get. I even worked at Forge for a while, just to make the coin I needed for training. I was just about starving when a couple of people from the Burning Dawn found me. They took me in, trained me up, and made sure my skills were put to good use. When I first joined the guild, I thought maybe I'd made a mistake chasing me dreams. But the Burning Dawn turned a naive dwarven forger into a warrior almost overnight. Aye, they did at that. I'd been in the guild for a few years when Bryn and Bellamy showed up. Not long after you came along. Remember that time we were hired to hunt down that owlbear outside of Tribor? I told Bellamy we'd to respect the blasted creature, but he went running in there, blade swinging. Ha! He nearly came out with one leg missing, the stupid bastard. They're all dead now, you know. Whatever we do on this quest, that isn't gonna change. I guess that's the last part of my story. It pretty much ends where theirs did. You're sweet to say that. I'd sure like to believe it. Then maybe me ma would understand why I had to leave. I'm sure we've talked for long enough. We've got evil to fight, a world to save. Thanks for listening, me friend. It's good to talk about it. Don't be a stranger.
Yes? What is it? Allow me to continue. The leadership of the Order of the Gauntlet simply stated their policy. Combat evil in any guise, but never strike until all the facts are known. A sensible rule, to be sure. but unreasonable when facing fiends. We became aware of another group of fiendish servants, and I pushed for us to confront them immediately. Yet the Gauntlet refused. I had to act. I gathered a band of like-minded knights, and we dealt with the threat ourselves. No, they were not.
Minion, heed the words of your master. There is something wrong with Golgaman. It's as if he wants you to speak with him. I feel a presence, a glow above his head. Well, don't tell me you don't see it. Even inhabiting different bones, Golgaman still vexes me. See what he wants, will you, my minion? He doesn't seem interested in talking to me at the moment. Excellent! Of all the people I haven't skinned yet, you're my favorite. Fine. I'll be here, not thinking about killing you. Golgaman, you rotting corpse, tell these people what you told me about Velop and all that trouble he's in. Well, you don't have to get nasty, do you? We're all on the same side here. Oh, you're too good to listen to a dead corpse, are you? Ha ha! That's rich! Especially since you'll probably be one soon yourself. Golgaman here thinks that one of our clients, Velop, is in trouble. He's lost, probably naked, and eating his own fingers for sustenance. The last time we saw Velop, he was headed to the surface, some ramshackle surface burg called Luskan. Human names are so stupid. Said he had family in the area. Velop is a terrible disease you get from fraternizing with angry kobolds, isn't it? As in, that was one crazy night I think I got a spot of the Velop. No, that's something else. Oh no! Got it! I remember. Velop walks around like he owns the place, even when he knows who the true Lord of the Dark is. I'd have worn his entrails as a belt by now if it wasn't for the fact that he brews amazing beverages. Anyways, I propose we spend a ludicrous amount of potential world-saving time to track down someone you've never met and protect that person from some unspecified potential danger. Really? Wow. That seems rather irresponsible, but Golgaman thanks you all the same. Well, I'm ready whenever you are.
What you need? Of course, everyone knows Velop. Hard not to remember him. It's not every day you see a goblin running through the slums, is it?
Of course he's a goblin. You act like that's a surprise. I mentioned that before we left, I think. Golgaman did for sure.
It turns out he had some sort of magic thing that made him look like a halfling. Got pretty messed up when those demons set his house on fire.
That's what Golgaman sold him. Magic thing of disguise. Pretty useful.
Well, once the slummers saw him for what he really was, he got chased out of here real fast. No idea, mate. Might talk to old Ezra here in the slums. She dealt with him more than most, I think. Good luck finding that goblin.
Why do they bother old Ezra?
Don't get cute with us, surface slug. We know you're hiding Velop. Where is he?
The little grin liar. Ezra should have known by your stench. Reek of subhumans. Oh, Ezra knows. Ezra heard Velop's secrets. His lies. Ezra knows where he's gone. But Ezra won't tell. Ezra wants her chalice back. Toka has the chalice. Ezra has her key, but Ezra is old. Ezra sends the beasts to fetch. Only then Ezra will talk. Take Ezra's key. Toka sleeps down in his mausoleum. Go now, beasts, and fetch for Ezra. Wretched beasts have fetched for Ezra. Toka could have stayed with Ezra. Ezra made sure Toka would never leave. Ezra knows many things. Poisons, too. Good beasts get treats. Ezra knows the green one. Ezra knows it fled back to the Duergar lands. Duergar lands, yes, as you say. Ezra not try to speak mumbling mongrel word. Now you go. Ezra tired of beasts.
Who are you? Why didn't you knock? No, Itchkin, not good.
Philip, my deliciously aromatic little friend. I've been looking everywhere for you. Golgaman sends his regards. We know all about what this is about, don't we, Philip? Or will I have to scoop out your brain and have it tell me what you're thinking?
Valep will pay. Valep had bad luck. Demons burned down my house. Cousin Trax was killed by surface people. Surface is no good for me. I was forced to come back here in disgrace.
Well, what does that have to do with me? It's not like me or my entourage here had anything to do with that. I think I've given you more than enough time. Perhaps I should make an example out of you. With late fees and interest, plus my standard not killing you fee, plus Golgaman's pain and suffering, minus my goblin racial discount.
Yes, I was about to ask.
It comes to 3 gold, 5 silver, and 18 copper pieces. You do not steal from Golgaman. He always gets his coin. I suppose Golgaman would be pretty upset if he died. Fine, you pay his debt, and I'll call off my secret hit squad.
Why do you care? You do not know me.
We do? Well then, we may require a conversation about your future as an underling.
Whatever reason, I thank you. Please, leave my house now.
How go your futile efforts? Nut! You gave him a fake! Classic Nut right there.
Nut, I tire of your charade. Give me the amulet, lest you wish to see me lose my patience.
It's all yours.
I definitely didn't see this one coming.
We've wasted enough time here. Let's go.
Halt! What business do 4 unaccompanied Darrow have in this district? I can believe that. All you creatures look alike. You may pass, but don't be causing any trouble.
They're so cute when they're falling for obvious lies.
The amulets are working. They truly thought we were Darrow.
Be aware, the Duergar have scions patrolling the streets. They can read minds. The amulets won't fool them. Overlake Hold is not far. Through the gate, across this district, and past a heavily guarded iron slab that the Duergar call the front door. As long as we don't get caught and killed, we should be perfectly fine. Onward, ho! To certain death!
Halt! Intruders! By the authority of the Deep King, I place you under arrest. I bind you to come with me, peacefully, and I will outline the charges against you. You have snuck out of the Darklake district using forbidden Darrow magic. If I so much as cough, half the guards in the city will be on you. This is not a fight you could win. Listen, I can tell that unlike others here, your minds are your own. Your best defense is to come with me and see if there's anything we can do to fix things. I now place you under arrest. We'll discuss the charges from your prison cell. The prisoners are secure. I'll handle it from here. Now for you lot. Outsiders are not welcome beyond the Dark Lake District. You know this, or you would not have taken such pains to hide your identities. Your crime cannot go unpunished. I'm prepared to let you rot in here until the Deep King decides what to do with you. Until that time, all right. They're out of earshot. It should be safe to talk. I'll keep this short. A strange cabal has taken over the city. They're using psionics to control the minds of the citizens, and now the people refuse to dedicate themselves the way they should. Even the fires of the forges have dimmed. I have resisted this psionic control, as have a handful of others. But we are few, and too scattered to mount an offensive against the cabal. That is where you come in. My city is dying. I ask that you save it before the Cabal drives the Duergar back into servitude. I also know that you seek the relic held in the King's Vault. The Moon Tear rests there, under the Cabal's control. If you help save my city, then you may walk away from here, free, with the Moon Tear in hand. I ask you to go up against a psionic Cabal that has turned my people into thralls. That is not catch enough. I am a Scion, like the others you encountered before. My training makes me resistant to the Cabal's control. Many of my fellow Scions are not so lucky. You stand in the prison block beneath Overlake Hold. In order to escape, you must face the jailer, Jorgol. Use the jailer's keys to unlock any door in the prison. The floors above are known as the Deep King's home. There you will find the king, and in his vault, the Moon Tear. You will no doubt face the Cabal on your way through the keep. Destroy them by any means required. Do this, and you walk free with the Moon Tear. Fail, and, well, you will be dead or insane. No further punishment will be necessary. Once I open these prison doors, you're on your own. I cannot risk exposing myself. I will remain to guard your escape. You will meet resistance. Do not waver or hesitate. May Ladeguerre be with you.
Weak-minded fools. You will fall to my influence, just as the Grey Dwarves have. I am the laughter behind your thoughts. I am the images of the loved ones you've wronged. I am the one who will revoke the key to your chains. I am your master. As they were once our slaves, so they are again. Their minds are so simple to control, their desires only for work and service. In the end, even their king prefers servitude to sovereignty. We will meet when you are ready to kneel.
The Deep King has fallen under the creature's influence. We have to set him free.
We need the king to lead us to the Moon Tear. This certainly puts a damper on that plan.
Who dares enter the throne room of King Orgar V, Deep King of Gracklestew, and Head Stooge of Crackling Things? Step lightly, all who enter. The walls weep slowly in time with the beatings of the masses. I stare at you not only because I wish to, but because you are there. No, I am not well. My head is lighter than usual. The crown and other parts are missing. Flies light on my entrails. Fools! Can't we stabilize all person? Trees flay horses, I see.
It's sad to see such a powerful man reduced to a gibbering fool. But he may still know where to find the Moon Tear.
Moon Tear? Yes, I know it. I can't. A vault. My vault. I sit before my vault. Shining, pretty things. Things you want to steal. Call the Stone Guard. I can see your heart, deceiver. Wine falls in dribbles down the hallways of the cursed.
Impossible. Whatever is controlling his mind is too powerful. We need to find it and destroy it.
The chasm is wide, my friend. I can't. I try. Oh, the weeping, peeling pain of having to think. Come to me, my Stone Guard. Come to your king. No, I put it away. You cannot have it, specious dogs. It powers my dreams. No, but wait. The mouse grasps at the cheese. Yes, pull the torch, enter the vault. Be sure to touch all things. Be sure to breathe. Yes, this is the way. Help yourself, tiny mice. A vault is a tomb for the forgotten. I point your attention to the switch that pretends to be a torch. I pull the lever and invite you into my most humble vault. And when you do get around to dusting the treasures, be careful of the moon tear. Be sure to breathe deeply when you touch it. Goodbye, foul wind.
Like rats in a maze, the small-minded fools continue scratching for their reward. The moon tear is mine. With it I drive the great wall to work efficiently. Doing my bidding and dying in the pursuit of service. I cannot allow you to steal the relic. How quickly you slide into violence. It is fascinating, if typical for your race. If you seek answers, you may find them on the rampart atop this stronghold, and you will also find me there waiting with your moon dear.
How can you serve the illustrious Lord of the Dark? Too bad. We're here now. Not long after the Myconid debacle, I was called to Menzo Berenzan, where I was asked to offer judgment on the trial of a well-known drow exile, Brixid, or something like that. Never heard of him. Of course, the drow didn't know I'd been called in, so they attacked me. And I was only able to peel the flesh from several of them before they had the gall to place me, in their inferior Dark Elf prison. There was hardly any bone breaking or bloodletting at all, and they fed me enough to survive. How terrible! That was when I knew. I wasn't getting out of there by thinking like a Darrow. I had to think like a drow. So I started whining, and I killed my brother, who happened to be in the next cell to mine, even though he doesn't really exist. Always go forward. That's what my old man told me, right before I knocked him breathless with outward expressions of familial love and affection. I really liked my old man. One event led to another, and the next thing I knew, I was running out into the wild Underdark. Menzo Berenzan burning behind me. I'm not certain how it happened, or even if it did happen, but there we go. Let it be a lesson to you. Of course there was. Never let a kobold eat your boots, no matter how much he might beg. I think you get my drift. All of this sweet talk has left me exhausted. You wouldn't happen to have a fingernail you might be willing to have ripped out, would you? If not, maybe a toenail. I don't know if you know this, but I've been in a prison before. The pain, the anguish, the terrified screams at all hours of the night. Glorious. It's like a carnival of wonderful torment. And the best part about Durgar prisons is they never let you out. With some obvious exceptions, that is. I like to hand out rusty shards of iron and then sit back and watch what happens. Such times we've had. Fine. I'll be here, not thinking about killing you.
How can I help? I shall continue my tale. Tezzeret. I feel both pain and joy upon remembering her. She was the kindest woman I ever knew, and she was a drow. Several decades after I was enslaved by the drow, I met Tezzeret. She was masquerading as a slave, making plans to liberate us from captivity. By then, most of us were too afraid to dare. But something told me to trust her. And her plan succeeded. I and a few other slaves, mostly human and dwarven, found our freedom. Tezzeret was a priestess of Eilistrae, the drow goddess of kindness and beauty. I had no idea such a goddess existed, but her truth shined through in Tezzeret's every action. She revealed to me the importance of faith, but also taught me how to survive the Underdark, how to fight, to forage for food, to hide from Duergar patrols. Lastly, she pointed the way to the surface world. When I reached the surface, I swore my faith to Sehanine Moonbow and promised to retrieve her relic. In the name of Tezzeret, I have remained faithful ever since. And that concludes my tale. What there is that's worth the telling. Thank you for hearing me. It does me good to think on Tezzeret and her kindness. I hope that in fulfilling our quest, I do even the slightest justice to her memory. I never thought I would find myself putting my life on the line to save the Duergar. I suppose the gods work in mysterious ways. The Lady of Dreams go with you.
What do you need? Well, I can scratch Duergar Prison off my list. Next stop, buried alive.
What can I do for you? We're deep inside the Duergar stronghold. Tactical advice is to take down anything that moves as quickly as possible.
From one prison to another. Though I have to say, I preferred the Gilded Eye dungeon. The nights were much more pleasant than the Duergar.
We're going up against an enemy that can control minds. I have some experience with this, what with Timan Harple's experiments with mental dominance. It never worked on me, to be honest. I mean, he would say something like wherewithal, and I would just cluck like a chicken to spite him. I don't even know what he was trying to make me do. He tried to command me to steal a friend's breakfast, but there was no way I was going anywhere with all that. All right, you know where to find me.
Yes? What is it? To stand in a Duergar prison like a common street thug? I am High Commander Javen Tarmikos of the Gilded Eye. Is it because I have sworn to end Belafos's attempt to conquer the surface that I have come here? Know that I shall return with an army and see these grey dwarves laid low.
The Grey Dwarves thought they were safe from us. Thought they had won their freedom. Thought the Moontear could protect them. How fitting that this artifact has become the source of their downfall. Through its power, I am their master. Soon, my brethren and I will reclaim our rightful place as masters of this world.
The moon tear. Yes, without a doubt, this is the moon tear. My heart would know it from 1,000 leagues, through the worst corruption Lolth's drow can muster. I feel strange, just taking it from its resting place. But I suppose it has always fallen to my people to protect it, and the Lady of Dreams has led us here.
That relic is tainted and must be destroyed. I am not. Destroy the tainted relic of the elves, and Helm will find you a place among the penitent.
This relic contains a shard of my goddess. You will destroy it only after my final breath has fled.
Then bid it flee now, blighted elf. For I will see that poisoned crystal destroyed before I watch the world fall to your abyssal masters. As long as that damned crystal remains, the demon will ascend and the world will burn. To destroy it is to end the monster's chance at threatening Faerun. Then you give me no choice. I take no pleasure in what is to come.
Oh, please. I can't take any more of this. I've enjoyed letting this drama play out, but frankly, I'm exhausted. So, I'll be taking that.
Bryn, no. What are you...
Such power. I understand now why he wants it. I can taste the goddess with it. The aroma of the drow goddess's vile touch. Oh, sweet, sweet child. I did her a favor. I saw her wasting away in the knight's prison. I simply offered her a gift. A moment of true bliss before merciful death. She fought, of course, but rare is the mortal that can resist me for long. Would that I had time to prove it to you. Oh, sweetheart, I'm afraid that I will. The ascension is at hand, you know. I imagine that you will follow me. I invite you to do so. When the Master ascends, I hope you will survive so that we may play together. In the meantime, my love, accept these lovely parting gifts.
Now is not the time for us to quarrel. We dispatch these demons, and then we finish things between us. May you die on my sword, and not in the teeth and claws of these creatures. Attack!
My love, I gave it all for you. You were once my friend. You can help me. Save me from this torment.
Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away.
I have to say, this seems like the perfect end for you.
Tassilis, my beloved. He's flayed me, trapped me. He drains me. I am nothing but fuel to him. Fuel for the magic that brings Belafos's demon servants to this world. I beg you, save me. And in so doing, end the demon's invasion of Bracklestone. I gave it to Tassilis, and in return he did this. Please, I know how you could get to where it is, but you must help me. There is a stone in the ritual circle at my feet. It is attuned to Balafos, and it drains my power. Remove it, and his power over me will be ended, the demons banished, and Gracklestone saved. Yes, a perfect end. Painless banishment to the Inferno. Ah, sweet, wonderful mercy. My life force will shatter, and I will reform in the abyss. as painful as any death. But at least I will be free. So be it. In your turn, I shall tell you how to reach Belafos. Maybe you can end this and get revenge on my beloved Tasilis. I will help as I can. In our camp, there is a strange relic. It is a travel stone, a nexus between places. It will take you to any location to which it is attuned. Take the stone from beneath my feet and use it on the relic in the camp. It will open the way to Belafos, where you can make drow and demon pay for what they have done. And now, do it. End my suffering. Now! Yes! I feel it! Freedom!
The altar uses attunement stones to change the portal's location. Theoretically, we should be able to use those stones we got earlier to follow Tasilis.
We should make sure we're prepared before opening a portal to some unknown location.
Well, nothing bad came out. That's a good sign, right?
It means they're not expecting us. We should go now before it's too late.
Let's not rush to our deaths unprepared. Make sure everything is in order before stepping through that portal. We may not be coming back.
I was afraid I wouldn't have the power to bring you here. We are in a place between places. I brought you here with the last breath of power in my wasting soul, augmented by the power of the Moontear. I am Gareth Dawntreader. My brother and I founded the Order of the Burning Dawn long ago, and we bound ourselves to Belafos the Hated to do it. By doing so, we set into motion the events that you are facing today. Not this specifically, but when I realized that my mind was wasting away, I understood that something must be done. My brother and I had heard legends of the Moontear, a powerful elven relic that could bring peace to Toril at last. We made finding this relic our cause, for every young guild must have one, and swore to do all we could to find it. But we had naught but the clothes on our backs and the weapons in our hands. So we sought a patron, someone who could lend us aid as we nourished our young order. The demon Belafos came to us in the form of a spirit of fortune. We were young, ambitious, foolish. We saw only the glory of finding a powerful relic. We could not see the demon's true intentions. Sometime after the oath was made, we noticed strange things. I first noticed my brother's wild mood swings, from gentle to violent in the blink of an eye. I found that thought came less easily to me, and that I hungered only for raw meat. We began to hear only words of hatred and pain coming from one another. My brother tore at me for being soft, while I attacked him for his lesser intelligence. In front of the founding members of the Order, my brother and I fell apart. Greed, pride, wrath, all in the space of moments, all directed at one another. It was more than a sane mind could bear. My brother and I fought atop a tower not much different from this place. I remember clearly the rage and pain I felt as we attacked one another. As clearly as I remember my brother's face, frozen in sudden revelation as I drew my dagger across his throat. As I watched him die, I realized that he had fatally struck me as well. I took my final breath right where you stand. From afar, I could hear the cursed demon's laughter over the winds. The demon's power over us faded as we died. In the Mad One's eyes, our order was forgotten. You have a decision to make, one that could have consequences both great and small. The near certainty of victory at the cost of a relic of powerful divinity, or the preservation of that relic at the risk of losing everything. If you do not destroy the object our order was founded to find, you risk the demon completing his ascension. But if you do, you commit a great blasphemy against a goddess of the Seldarine. And there may yet be a third option. It may be possible for a faithful follower of Sehanine to cleanse the relic of its corruption. It is the ultimate sacrifice. Her body will die, but her soul could live on inside the relic. Who else, if not you? You have led these disparate people to this point. You are one of 2 survivors of the Order. You stand between the Guardian of the Moontear on one side, and the followers of the God of Defenders on the other. Speak with your companions and hear their concerns. You may find that their wishes simplify the decision, or possibly make it more difficult yet. Make your decision, and face the demon in final battle. Remember my story, and know that conflict among close friends and family can be deadlier than the deadliest enemies. My friend, I must go. I give my final spark of power to maintain this place, so you can make your decision and speak what may be your last words to your friends. And thank you, my friend. Your efforts have brought a modicum of peace to this tortured soul. Oblivion calls to me, and I must answer. God's favor on you, champion of the Burning Dawn. May the gods have mercy on us all.
What were all that about?
The founder of our guild telling us we have a big decision to make.
Oh, is that all? And what have you decided? What more do you need to know? Belafos has the Moontear. He will use it to complete his ascension. If he does, he could become a demon lord. He'd return to the Abyss as a god.
Oh no. Guess who he'll come after first? Hint, us.
If I may put forth an unpopular position, while I disagree violently with Tarmakos's methods, his argument does have merit. If we fail to reach Belafos in time, then he will most certainly use the Moontear to gain immense power.
We've seen that the Moontear is corrupted. What? I hate to say it, but what if it wants to be used this way?
I will certainly go along with your decision. I don't wish to see the lovely Elidia upset. But we should weigh the possibility that choosing her wishes over the security of Faerun could be problematic.
And what have you decided? No. You can't. I can't.
Let us take advantage of your founder's gift. Take a moment, speak with each of us, and prepare yourself. The battle we go to will very likely be our last. It's an interesting time, isn't it, my friend? To battle, to the last, with the fates of friends and the civilized world at our fingertips. I was a fugitive from Menzo Berenzan when we met, hiding in a lawless city of pirates. Now I wear my true face among friends, and I lay my life on the line for the Sword Coast. It is funny how things work out. Elidia has made it clear that it is not my decision. Of all of us, she only seems to trust your counsel. Far be it from me to second-guess another's faith, but in a situation like this, we need a sure thing. And of our options, destroying the Moontear would seem to be the best. The demon hopes to draw power from the Moontear to fuel its ritual. It's possible that even if the relic is cleansed, it could still give the demon the divine spark it needs to ascend. Elidia is willing to wager her life that a consecrated Moontear would be useless to Belafos. Knowing what my brother is capable of, I'm not so sure. He may be an overzealous, mass-murdering madman, but that doesn't preclude him from being right, from time to time. I should take a moment to go over my spells, and try to remember everything I know about demons. Speak with our friends. I will be there when the time comes.
When I heard that some members of the Burning Dawn survived the initial raids,
I was nearly driven mad with rage. I was so certain that our mission to rid the world of the spawn of Belafos had failed. Yet here we are, allies against the demon. And I now believe you to be as righteous as myself. I sense you shall not betray our cause. You have. And bit by bit, I have listened. And I have witnessed. I have done, and will continue to do, terrible things in my quest to see that no demon or devil gains a hold on this world. But today, our course is clear. Evil will kneel before us to be judged, and what judgment we shall pass together! Destroying the Moon Tear will deal the demon a powerful blow. We might banish Belafos for a century, longer even. Then you are unsure of your decision. Do not let these companions of yours pull you from the right path. There is only one true solution to this problem. Destroy the relic. Defeat the demon. I have prayers to give and blessings to ask before the coming confrontation. Make your peace with your friends and enter battle prepared.
Hey, over here! I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't think we're in the Underdark anymore. The others don't seem to be aware, so I think I might be dreaming. I figured I'd go stab the dwarf to make sure. Oh, I see. You're in on it too. Then perhaps I shall bide my time. See what occurs. Silently plan to remove all of your spines while you're sleeping. You know, dream person, I never thought I'd be doing anything like this. I figured that it was just enough to be Lord of the Dark, but now I'm Lord of the Dark, protector of the world. The women shall swoon. The men shall coo. My power shall be such that my merest effort will break the wind. You sound concerned, my wavering sparrow. Try not to be so worried. It smells like burnt zuckwood when you do that. Now go! We have much to do. A demon to kill. A band of companions to distract with insane ramblings so they don't realize my true power. Oh, forget that last part. The Lord of the Dark demands it.
This might not be the best time to speak to me. Things are a little intense, as you might already know. Oh, it sounds like Liddy's all ready to die to save the Moon Tear. And all I can think is how badly I don't want that to happen.
She took her out like me and gave him something to live for. Before her, it were all wall-to-wall drinks, women, rash ideas. If she's gone, what's the bloody point?
Aye, that's the truth. But she'll be alive, and I'll sleep better in this world knowing that she's out there somewhere. Fuming mad, yeah, but alive. That elf woman over there is the best thing that ever happened to me. Friend or lover, cleric or angel, she makes me feel more than just another drunken dwarf, pinching asses and stinking up the place. And the only way to save her is to go against everything she believes in and destroy the one object in all the world more precious to her than life itself. Curse the gods, it's not bloody fair. I'm a dog wearing a better man's clothes. I always will be. And when Liddy's gone, those clothes are coming off.
That's not exactly what I meant. But come to think of it, it's not that far off.
I've got to get my head straight for the battle. I'll be ready when it's time to go. And it's been great battling evil with you. If we live through this, I owe you a drink.
Ah, you big baby. Come to share a bit of a cry and find someone to hug, have you? Well, you won't find that here, me friend. This is a time for celebration and glory, not for weeping and carrying on. I knew you'd come asking me that. It doesn't always pay to be the wise one in this group. People always asking me for advice. I'll tell you the truth as I see it. It makes little difference to me one way or the other. Regardless of what happens to that wee magic rock, I'm planning to be handing that demon its head at the end of the day. Safest thing would be to destroy the bleeding thing and get it over with. But Lydia has her plan and she's ready to die for her goddess. I can't say I don't respect that. And get out of here, you right mushy bastard. You'll get your tears all over me armor. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got preparations to make. I don't plan to meet Clangeddon without the shiniest armor you ever seen.
Oh, I had a feeling you might come talk to me. Oh, not that I don't want to talk to you, but you probably want to discuss plans and tactics and whatnot. Honestly, I have no idea what to do. Other than beating up the demon, that is. I assume that's a given? Oh, I knew you'd ask me that. On one hand, demon apocalypses are bad, so we should try to stop them. On the other hand, I never thought I'd be involved in choosing whether a friend lives or dies. And God's curse me, I think we have to destroy the Moontear. Oh, Lydia will be furious, but she'll be alive, and Belafos will be stopped. It's like trying to decide which bowl of weak old vegetable stew to eat. You know, no matter which way you choose, you're just going to be sick afterwards. Yes, we will all miss each other. If you start spouting off the emotional stuff, I can't be responsible for what happens. I mean, mainly, I'll start crying. But I mean, really weeping. It's snot, convulsions, it's ugly. I just want to say that it's been an honor fighting and traveling with you. That day my caravan was attacked and I pretended to be a corpse so the mercenaries would take me to the cave where I met you. That was the best day of my life. I should, go get prepared for the battle. I can feel the weepies coming on.
A moment of silence before the storm. This is a blessing among blessings. You believe we should destroy the Moontear. I feel that would be a terrible mistake. I have faith that cleansing the Moontear will render it useless to Belafos's plans. Once the light of Sehanine shines within it once more, the demon will be unable to draw power from it. Destroying it will only remove a light from the world and displease the gods. Surely the sacrifice of one elf is a lesser loss than the destruction of a holy relic of Sehanine. This magic stone will inspire generations, people like you and I. It will guide them toward righteousness, kindness, and beauty. That is far more than one person like me could ever do. It has been a long, strange journey, my friend. When we met under threat of a mercenary attack, I never thought one day it would become so difficult to say goodbye to you. Your decision to conscript the knight has made that easier. But our friendship goes back further than that. Back to the day your guildmates died. And you, my friend and companion, you have made a hero of Lerithar and brought me to where I must be, to finally meet my destiny. When the end comes, dear one, know that we have all done what we can, and that the world is a better place because we were in it. That is the most anyone can ask from fate. For now, I must prepare for the battle. Speak with our friends as you must. I will be ready when the time comes. If the Moontear is destroyed, I will never forgive you. Do not think our time spent fighting together will somehow make up for this betrayal.
There is a chance that Lydia's sacrifice could cleanse the Moontear. Stranger things have happened.
If there is even a small chance, then we must try. This may not be your choice to make. We shall see when the time comes. We made it. Tassilis and Belafos must be up ahead. Let's hurry.
Foolish mortal clay, with such dreams of grandeur. I knew you would come in time to witness my ascension. Now I take my rightful place as a demon lord. Fall to your knees, for I shall return to the Abyss as a god. Such grandiose words emerging from the mouths of insignificant worms. Tassilis, prepare the moon deer for consumption. I will see to these motes of quivering dust.
Yes, my lord.
Come forth, and be the first to fuel the ascension of Belafos the Unholy. The sorting it flies. Servant, is the ritual ready?
Yes, my lord. The moon tier is fully prepared. All the power within is yours for the taking.
Excellent. Let us begin. Despair, mortals, for a god is about to be born.
I can't let this happen. Blessed Sehanis, Lady of Dreams, grant your servant the power to do your will.
No. Destroy the corrupted relic. It is the only way.
Sehanim, take my offering, my life, to cleanse your relic of the corruption within. With my sacrifice, bring your light to this dark place. The goddess works through me. I can feel her light in my veins. No!
I will not be defeated.
Enough! Thank you, Belafos, you simple fool. Your only job was to buy me time while I drained the moon tier. And you couldn't even manage to do that.
Betrayer, I will burn your mind to cinders.
Shh, dear simple demon. Your service, such as it was, is at an end. But fear not. You will live on through me. Through my reign over the bastard children of love. Your power may not be enough to make me a god, but I'll take what I can get.
Now, who's first?
The hideous abomination which had previously been Tassilis Chafir fell at your feet. Neither truly mortal nor truly demonic, the creature writhed and cried out to the demon lord Demogorgon before burning to ash and crumbling into dust. The day had been saved, but at what cost? The inert shards of the moon tier lay strewn about the battlefield, remnants of a once holy relic now lost to the ages. Once the uniting force for your guild, now gone. Javen Tarmakos stood by your side as Lydia walked away. Convinced now that you are not part of the demonic problem, Javen pledged his assistance and that of his knights in your future battles against fiendish foes. The rest of your companions parted to continue their lives, but they kept in touch, ready to pick up the sword or the staff should darkness threaten the world once more. Jahil Stoneforge took her leave for a time, traveling the land and forging a network of sellswords and soldiers. She briefly visited her home in Mirabar, but now she pesters you for work, or more precisely, adventure. Dalanir Chafir continued his life as Soranil Noonshadow, Luskan's premier information broker. The deaths of his sister and brother made Dalanir surprisingly wistful, and he mentioned that perhaps it was time for a return to Menzo Berenzan. He then smirked and laughed. An altogether unsettling sound. Leritha Gulgrin had a world opened before him. Nearly infinite possibilities for a dwarf of his experience. He has never said for sure, but you can tell he is in touch with Illydia. There is a spring in his step, and he manages to step out of the cutlass to work from time to time. Homit Shaw returned finally to Longsaddle, where he reclaimed his place as a true Harple. He studied and told stories of his adventures, starting with the time he single-handedly defeated a cave full of mercenaries and goblins. He keeps in touch via the Sending Stone, though at times you wish he wouldn't. And it was through great effort that you were released from servitude to Ishkin, Lord of the Dark. Strangely, he still shows up from time to time, whether you need him or not. He claims that he and Golgamon now rule an empire of slimes in a deep corner of the Underdark. He still threatens to kill you at every opportunity. Though your deeds ended the designs of a deadly and powerful demon, it is clear that your tale was not at an end. There is something out there, something evil and hungry, seeking to unleash chaos and endanger the world. But that is a story for a different day. Rest now, heroes. The whole of the Sword Coast owes you a great debt, and your companions await your next journey. This, and your adventures to follow, shall become legend.